Hey, it's Captain Roger. We're out for a walk. I don't usually say this, but if you're watching these videos, even only occasionally, I would sure appreciate it if you would hit the like button and the subscribe button. The more people who do, the more these get shared by the algorithms, meaning more people might see this and think, hey, why not click and see what that potato-headed guy is yammering on about? Eventually, if enough people like and subscribe, I will become an influencer, watched by tens of thousands, occasionally going viral and famous for being famous. On the other hand, there's a lesson to be learned in how our next couple of judges walked with God. After Abimelech came a guy named Tola, and we're told that Tola saved Israel. Do you want to know what else we know about Tola? Well, we know he was from Issachar, one of the 12 landed tribes of Israel. We also know he was the son of Puah, and the grandson of the unfortunately named Dodo. Well, unfortunate from our point of view. I'm sure being called Dodo back then was more complimentary than insulting, as the ancient Hebrew word meant something on the order of beloved kinsman. Why am I talking about Dodo? Because the only other thing we know about Tola is that he lived in Shamir. He led Israel for 23 years, and that he died and was buried in Shamir. That's Tola. And after him was Jair. We know that Jair ruled for 22 years, and he died and was buried in Canaan. And that's it for Jair, except that he had 30 sons, each of whom seems to have become a town leader in their own towns, which is interesting, but apparently not interesting enough for us to hear anything else about Jair. Like Tola, Jair just was. In fact, I could have read the two passages that tell us about these guys in less than half the time it took for me to explain about them. And what fascinates me about these two in particular is that they're the success stories in this book. Throughout the book of Judges, it's the people who have the most ink written about them who are the biggest failures at walking with God. Tola and Jair are called minor judges because there's so little written about them, but they're the powerhouses. Under their rule, there was peace and stability. The community wasn't fighting or struggling. We're told that Tola saved Israel. Following the chaotic and tumultuous years of Abimelech, a leader who restored a little bit of peace and dignity to the people, that was exactly what they needed. He demonstrated what a walk with God is meant to look like. Now, I'm not saying that these men were perfect or anything like that, but the witness, or lack of witness in this case, tells us that what they did was successful. What if the secret to true success is simply to seek justice and mercy and live humbly, rather than trying to become the biggest or the best or take anything over? I think there's a lot in there for us to learn from. I better finish my walk. Grace and peace to you all. Catch you tomorrow.